Hey everybody, Ben Bretzman here. Simon Pagenaud's race engineer at Team Penske for the 22 Menards Chevrolet IndyCar. We're here, ready to do a virtual race here at Barber Motorsports Park in Birmingham, Alabama, in the United States. Welcome everybody. Not our typical Saturday, particularly this time of year we're supposed to be in Birmingham, Alabama. The world pandemic going on right now. We're racing virtually, which is great. Good to get the competitive juices flowing. What you'll see here on our stream, I don't know if you've tuned in before or not, but what you'll see here is you'll see Simon's video here in the corner. That's him live on his simulator. You'll have me, Simon's race engineer, on when we're doing this in real life. And then you'll have the race going in the background from blimp view. That's the view I'll be using. Right now, just to kind of give you some info, Simon is working with Richard, a fellow Frenchman, on getting some last-minute iRacing instructions. Richard's pretty big time in esports, particularly French esports and iRacing. And so he's trying to get some help from him to see if what we can learn. iRacing's new to all of us. I mean, we've been on iRacing, but we don't spend the amount of time that like professional guys do, or any of that. And there's a lot of little nuances in the real world versus iRacing world. So I'm going to be on here. I'm going to be spotting for Simon. Be doing kind of strategy stuff with Richard and myself. I've got a laptop sitting over here to kind of do fuel strategy, and yeah, this is going to be it. So what's going to happen is shortly we're going to join the official IndyCar practice session. Right now, Simon's working in a private session, just kind of getting his last kinks out. You'll see him here. He's going to work on his in and out laps, which are key in both retro and real IndyCar racing, making sure you get the absolute most out of each lap on the track, particularly laps. How many going to be coming into the box? It's just started, so we have about 50 minutes still. You'll have about 50 minutes still. It's an hour practice session. And it's about 10 minutes into it. So I talked to Simon just like I did there, normal interaction, like we would have on a race weekend. I'm gonna have questions going on another screen here. When I have a chance, obviously spotting is going to be busy, particularly 29 cars today at Barber. But when I have a chance, I'll try to answer some questions. If you guys want to type them into the message comments here, I'll do what I can to answer. Just looking forward to a fun event here. Should be amusing. 45 lap race here at Barber today. I'll kind of set the stage up a little bit here. 45 lap race at Barber. Barber's a tight track. Kind of was originally done for motorcycles, and then IndyCar started going there. And ever since the introduction of the DW12 in 2012, our racing in Barber has been really good. A couple of different passing opportunities. So we'll see. There is some tire degradation here at Barber. And so what they're going to do with the race here is 45 laps. They're going to do a competition yellow, lap 15. Now this is going to be super interesting because we've we're about anywhere between 23 to even up to 26 laps on a tank of fuel. So if you kind of do the math there, lap 15 competition yellow throws it just past halfway, on a tank of fuel. So it's going to be interesting to see what strategies play out here. Who pits before the competition yellow? Who pits under the competition yellow? Who pits after the competition yellow? So you could do a two-stop race, but you could stop before the yellow and then do a stop at the end for a small tank of fuel, small splash of fuel. You could do it in one stop. So we'll see. The strategy thing's going to be interesting. Obviously, the big deal here at Barber is track positions a lot. Like I said, there's a couple places to pass. It's not easy. There's a couple high risk places. There's a lot of high speed corners here at Barber, or blind corners at Barber. So it's high risk to do some of it. But you can pass. But track position is pretty king here. So strategy is going to be a lot of fun. What you see here, Simon? You see I was doing some practice stops. 22 guys are over the wall making changes. It was a great stop by Trev there. Great stop. So yeah, Simon's just popping up there. One just to make it fair, because I'm new to this whole broadcasting, streaming, gaming service. Simon's feed that you see in the bottom left corner is a hair delayed to the racing coverage that you'll see on the screen and to myself, just because it's got to get from his house to my house. Yeah, because of our social distancing and all that. So, his feed's going to be about 10 seconds or so behind what the actual feed is doing. So just keep an eye on that for what it's worth. Beyond that, we'll have some fun. Got a bunch of viewers here. All right, we'll just do a couple questions here real quick while he's doing this.
What's plugging here?
Yeah, so we're just getting ready. Simon's going to join the official session now, the official IndyCar session.
So we go for the 1624. Okay.
Yeah, correct.
Oh boy.
It's 1:45, so you should have about 45 minutes or so of practice left.
Okay. We're going in. Okay.
Anybody got just do an audio check.
Don't know why.
Better? Okay, thanks. Yeah, sorry, we might have had something weird at the end on my end. New to all this stuff, but sounds like we're a bit better now.
Maybe some drivers forget to pass for the spotters. Okay, yeah, I see you in.
How does the Barber track compare to the IndyGP track? It's quite a bit different, actually. The one thing that's similar between Barber and IndyGP is they're both extremely smooth racetracks. That's probably about the only thing that's in common between Barber and IndyGP. IndyGP's got a lot of slower corners, high top speeds on the straightaways, very long straights, but slow corners. The fastest corner there is like a third gear corner, a turn forward IndyGP, whereas here at Barber we have many entry into fifth gear, fourth gear, high speed corners at Barber here. So a lot of elevation changes.
The third session then, if you're already in.
Copy. Yeah, I'm gonna switch over to it here.
Same story as last time. Quickly move the mouse.
Yeah, copy. I've been having to do that off and on through this week. It's random, it seems like.
Yeah, exactly. It was the case here for me, so this would probably be the case for you too.
Stark yeah, if we're gonna show Simon on the screen here in just a second. We're gonna show a spotter cam essentially, so you'll be able to see what he's doing the whole time. I don't know where Norman's at. Okay, I'm ready to join up the session so you guys can kind of see what that looks like, what our view is going to be. Simon, we are live on your Facebook live stream. If you want to say hi to anybody.
Hey guys, here we go. It's another race weekend. It's good. The chills are going. Adrenaline's on. We've been practicing quite a bit. Feel a lot better this week. But everybody's improving, so it should be a very interesting race today. I've got Ben on the stand, Ben Bretzman. He's best commentaries I've ever seen, and that's why we decided to give you the best broadcast we could. And then we got Richard in French. He's French and he's from a race clutch team who is a virtual team I work with in France. So here we are, and we're gonna go practice. Do I go qualifying setup or race setup?
No, you can still, I think, do the race setup.
Race setup?
Yeah, maybe 2 or 3 laps to get the grip.
Okay.
Because indeed, the session, there is a bit more wind.
All right, everybody.
So it should be 8 miles per hour.
Race broadcast to be popping up here in a second. You'll see it here shortly. So you'll see the view in a little while of what I'm going to be looking at while I spot for Simon and talk to him through the race. Yeah, I just want to do that intro there while he was doing a little bit of practice, and we'll go from there.
Compared to our previous session.
Sorry again about those audio issues at the start. Fixed it up as best I could.
Oh yeah, it turns a lot more.
A lot of drivers have also set some lap times, so yeah, there should be more.
Jim, yeah, there's a television broadcast starting at 2:30 on NBC Sports Network. So we'll have obviously this action that we're going here with Simon, and then beyond that, we're going to have the actual broadcasts on NBC. So you'll have multiple ways to get your IndyCar fix. So hopefully you guys can see the wonderful yellow Menards Team Penske Chevrolet car here. This is our beautiful livery that we get to race a bunch this year. Yeah, it's a beautiful car. Always happy to see this thing out running. So this is the view, you guys. This is what we'll have to show you during the race. This is the spotter cam that I use, so it's basically a blimp view of the track, and I can look ahead, obviously, of what's happening ahead of Simon, keeping my best foot forward on what's happening. Again, you'll see him driving. Just another note, we're going to keep reminding everybody that his image below is a little bit behind the image that you see of the actual car on track. It's just because of technology. that's where we're at right now. But I'm going to keep working on it this next week, see if we can make it any better. But yeah, this is how we're going to participate. I'm going to do some spotting work now with Simon. You can kind of see on the screen, I'm going to be I can take over as crew chief here and tell him who's ahead and who's behind here.
It's definitely more grip.
That's Rosenquist ahead.
Haley, it's already on. I don't know what. Oh, Haley's probably adjusting the camera just for you guys.
See if I can get to any questions while he's practicing getting warmed up here. Doing the best I can to get to questions and spot all at the same time. Billy, hi. Wish we were in Nashville. We'll make it over there soon. Mitch, good to see you again, bud. Do the setups in iRacing mirror the real car setups? Not that I have found yet. Actually, quite a bit different, and I think it's not to iRacing's fault. They can only model information that they have. So whether it's the tire model itself, the information they get from either Dallara or the manufacturers. What are the aero maps like? What are the mechanical parts of the car? How do they interact? They can only model to that point, right? Which essentially doesn't make the setups work the same, because it's not the same tire as what we have in real life. So they do the best they can. There are some little intricacies of driving that are very different from the real world to iRacing virtual world. It's close. I look at Simon's downloads, and he does a lot of very similar things to what he does in a real car. But there's a lot of things he does way differently in this car than he would in a real car. There's a lot of things you couldn't get away with in a real car here. And it's just because, again, there's just a limited amount of information that the iRacing programmers and vehicle dynamics guys have to be able to properly model the IndyCar. Derek, there's for this session, for these IndyCar iRacing Challenge events, there's just a fixed setup, so all the cars have the same setup. This is the next level of spec cars. So obviously, we have spec cars in IndyCar, but this is even the next level of that. It's all the cars are the same, and all the setups are exactly the same. So it's truly, how can the driver get the most out of the setup? And I think it's fun. It makes it good, and I think because you have so many different levels of iRacers essentially running today. I think adding independent setups per driver could be tough, because honestly, in this time, it's how much time do you have to dedicate to making iRacing better and doing other things, and it's I don't know the best thing to do. I just know there's lots of different levels of drivers, so I think that's
The rear will clip the curb.
You got one coming outside.
Oh. He crashed.
He was surprised by you.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go quaddy setup. How much time left do we have? 25? 35?
35
Yep, 35 minutes. Yep.
What do you think? You want to do in and outs instead, or quaddy runs?
I guess you can do quali runs now to have. There is not too much cars on track, so use it to do quali stints.
Okay.
A couple more questions in here. Todd Bettenhausen, hey, good to see you. I'll tell Kyle hi, of course. Real car to sim car, Troy.
That's
a good question right now. We actually did a test with the aero screen. Got one outside. After him, you're all clear. You got Dixon behind, out of the pits with you. He's making a gap, so just make your gap. That's Kanan ahead. We only did one test with the aero screen at Barber back in October.
Okay.
And unfortunately, the track wasn't in best condition, and they'd also just repaved the track, which is different than this scenario. So there's a lot of things that are different from this. They're relatively close, but I honestly don't know what our theoretical best could be
Dixon's still behind, Ben?
Yeah, Dixon 2.5 seconds behind. 3 seconds. He's gapping you. Big gap. Okay. Yeah, big gap behind, 4.5 seconds. So Simon's doing some qualifying work now. He put the qualifying setup on. To be clear on everybody asking setup questions, we do have IndyCar's given us a fixed qualifying setup, which has got essentially 2 laps of fuel in it, and some parameter changes, and then in race setup, obviously full fuel. So there's 2 different setups that you're allowed to choose from. Obviously, you wouldn't start the race in qualifying mode because you wouldn't have enough fuel to begin with. But they actually determine in qualifying, they say this is the setup you run, and in a race they force load the race setup. Where in practice you can choose between qualifying and race, and what you'll see obviously is on this results tab, this is the practice times for everybody right now. You can see Felix Rosenquist is quick. Simon's most of the way towards the bottom because he was in race trim. There's about a second difference between race trim and qualifying trim, and it's it's obviously a pretty big difference there. So he's in qualifying trim now. We're going to see what kind of lap time he can do. Just I think qualifying towards the front is going to be pretty important. Big boy lap to start there, P2. We knew he had speed in it. So Wickens ahead. He's giving you space. That's P2. A nice lap there, bud. P2. Simon's been working his tail off all week, getting ready for this event.
Too deep there.
Copy. You're all clear. That's just stay right there. Perfect. Nice lap there, bud. P2 right now.
Yeah.
Again, same thing as always, right? It's Rosenquist, you, speed, Palou. Yeah, nice job.
Gonna be tight.
Yep. So one thing we found is everybody's there's certain drivers that have really, either because they're on iRacing a lot or have just got a good feel for iRacing.
Man, I don't want to do too many because I feel pretty good. I did last night. I did my last lap, and then I could never do it again. Just
Yeah, copy. Do you just want to do some in and out laps here in your race setup, or just limit your running here?
I just don't want to, mentally burn myself because that's what it does. I'm gonna go back to race setup. Yeah, do some race running, then get back to qualifying before we get into quali. So
Yep.
Probably gonna do 10 minutes of long running.
Yeah, I mean,
you want to do in and outs?
We still have about we still have 29 minutes to go. So I mean, I think you could probably do like 15 minutes of just long running and in and outs.
Yeah, you keep me posted on the time.
Yep. Yeah, just switch back to your race setup. You can even, like I said, do some in and outs if you want to.
Yeah, we'll start with that and then. Yep.
So what Simon was asking there is
so I'm doing in and outs now. Oh, seriously? Single penalty.
See, that's why we practice.
Don't know what I did. It was too early, I guess.
Might have clicked the button too early. You're going to have a big gap here once you leave. Yep.
So the cone's the limit, or is it? Yeah.
Yeah, you have to go just past the cones there. There you go.
Remind me to be patient.
Yep, will do. Big gap behind. Next closest car is 20 seconds behind, so big gap. Yeah, you're right on pole last year, Dan. It's gonna be interesting though. The track at Barber, like I was saying, has been completely repaved since last year, and it is extremely grippy. I suspect it's going to be really, really fast. This is in real life we're talking about. They repaved the track in August of last year, so after our race last year. And I suspect it's going to be really quick when we do get back there. Sound like 2021 when we get back there. It's it's still going to be really fast with a fresh repave. Barber's fast to begin with, and then anytime they put a repave in here, there's so much grip. Copy. You can see what Simon's doing here. He's working on his in laps. See how he's pushing real hard. Push.
Coming in sideways.
Copy. You're all clear. All clear.
Oh shit! I did it again.
Don't hit I.
No, I did it again. Oh my god.
Hey, I'd like to do a test here. Just tell me, like, when you start rolling, just tell me. I want to make sure that we're in sync.
Rolling.
Yeah, we're real close, within like a quarter second. All right, you're gonna be all clear here, all clear, big gap. 10 seconds behind to Dixon, 10 seconds. So that's why we're working on in and out laps.
Do you have a way to see the speed, the lap time on the out lap? Oh no, because I don't.
I can. Yes, I can. I should be able to see it. Yes. I'm not sure, honestly, what it's referenced to here. I'll have to look at that and see. So Simon's working on his out and in laps here. It's super important to maximize your out laps. Obviously, what we talk about.
The repair during the race. If we don't need it.
Yep.
Don't click it.
Yep. Exactly. Super important out laps. What we talk about is cold tire penalties. I'm gonna have. We're doing no fuel here, but we are gonna do a tire change. Give Trev a workout here.
Okay. Sure he's listening.
That's right. So we're bringing 22 car in here. We got the guys. They're over the wall. Trev, Trey, Sam, and Dougie changing tires there. Super fast stop.
There's good stuff there.
All right, you have about a 3-second gap behind when you exit. 3 seconds behind. All clear. All clear. Work on your out lap here.
Yep.
Copy.
It's hard on cold tires, man.
Yeah, 10-4. It's good. Good we're practicing it then.
Yeah. It's hard because you don't get to know. You know, you don't feel.
Yeah.
What's that? Coming in.
Copy. Hey, Thomas. Machine is here. All right, we're gonna do no fuel here again. Just tire change. One more tire change. Wish I could put reds on for you, but I can't.
Oh, that would be nice.
It's
Red Firestone.
Unfortunately, in iRacing, we don't have for this race the 2 tire compounds that Firestone normally brings to our IndyCar races. Remember your pit exit at the cones. So at the real races, obviously, we get 2 different tire compounds: a primary black sidewall tire. You're gonna be all clear, all clear. And we get a red alternate compound tire. Usually the reds are faster, depending on the racetrack and the compound and construction that Firestone brings. They could be anywhere from 3 to 4 tenths a lap faster to up to a second, even over a second faster. We've seen at some tracks. So just depends on the track and what tire Firestone brings. And unfortunately, we don't get that here in this environment right now. I wish we did, because that adds a huge element to strategy and your racecraft. And we won many races with Simon trying to do some different things with tires, and that's really the biggest variable we can have during a race. Copy. That's Kyle Kirkwood ahead. Biggest variable we have in the race by far is the tire compound that you choose, just because there can be such a differential between the two. Fred, yes, I do wish that the real world had this view. It would make spotting so much easier for our real spotter, Mike Ford. He's our spotter for Simon and on the ovals and some of the road courses. I'm sure he would like this view also, because sometimes it's hard to find a proper place to spot at on a road course in particular. You can only usually spot one or two corners. Where if you have this view, you can spot the entire track, and it makes it quite nice. Yeah, that'd be good.
Big dip there. Coming in.
Copy. I'm gonna put fuel in it this time. No tires.
Can you check if there's damage when you do the stop there? Just to see if that curb damages the car, just so I know it.
I'm back, guys. For your information, for the damage, Simon, you will see it when you go into the pits. If you stop in your pit box, you will have an optional damage on the black box on the top of your screen. There is a pit time, and if there is damage, there will be also a line with optional damage and a time associated to it.
Guess we're gonna do fuel here, but no tires. So this is like as if we were on, say, a two-stop strategy, and we did just tires or just fuel here to get to the end.
They did change the tires.
Okay.
And it looked like they did.
All right, watch the cones here.
You were up, Jack, but
You're gonna be all clear, all clear. That's Felix ahead. Hey Justin. Yeah, I've got a sim rig. I'm actually sitting in my sim rig. That's why I have like a driver's seat here with my you can't see my steering wheel in front of me. But I've got a sim rig, but I'm not nearly good enough to use it. I shouldn't say that. I try to use it, just not to this level. That's why these guys are all IndyCar drivers or professional esport drivers. Now let's do one more stop here, Simon. We're going to do a full stop.
Copy. Pit lane.
Copy. We're going to do fuel and tires here. Then I'm going to give you probably 3 to 4 laps to run, and then we're going to switch back to qualifying.
Okay.
Remember, watch your cones here. You're going to be clear on exit. All clear. Give us 3 good laps here.
Copy.
Since you guys requested, I'm going to give you one of these views just for a little while. This is Simon's nose cam. Just kind of show you what this looks like. 40. Good to see. That's our real spotter. Just checking in on chat here. 40's best of the best. Has taught Simon a lot about oval racing, so I don't know much about spotting, but I'm trying to use all my Mike Ford cues as I can to help out with Simon here. Kristen, yes, this is my sweet Double Deuce shirt. This is a thing that just direct 22 car guys get every year. We get a shirt, a Double Deuce, and for all the football fans out there, in America soccer, I do a nice little thing here. We've got a star for the 2016 championship. We got an oval for the 2020 Indy 500 win, or sorry, 2019 Indy 500 win, just to kind of represent what things that we've done on the 22 car. And on the back, we've got some designs of all the circuits that we go to and some sayings and stuff, just for the 22 guys to kind of do a little team bonding. And we do this every year. We've done this every year since the 22 car started with Simon. Yeah, the nose cam's a crazy view. It's really fun. I was saying yesterday in our test broadcast, this is pretty realistic to how low the car is. It is. We set the car up, sometimes our front ride heights, like at places like even Indy or some tracks. I mean, the static ride height, so when the car is just sitting there, not moving, the front ride height could be as low as a half an inch off the ground before it hits the ground. An inch off the ground. That's before the downforce kicks in, right? So as you speed up and the air is hitting the wings and on the underwing, and the underwing sucking down, the car is going to naturally go down because of the load, the vertical load on the car. So as that happens, right, the car is going to lower, lower, and lower, and it's going to be right on the ground. You got Dixon, you're clear. After Dixon, all clear. You got enough time to play with him for a lap or two here. So it's extremely low, but that's how we make downforce. How the car makes the most grip, right? We've got this.
Dixon?
Yeah, it's Dixon ahead. We've got if you can imagine the underwing, what we call an underwing, which you see on, Indy cars, Formula One cars. It's basically a wing that's upside down and creates suction, right? You got to the racetrack, and the lower we can get that to the track, the better, the more grip we have. Then in IndyCar, because of where our total downforce is, we play two games there. We play the game of how low do we want to get the car, and then I gotta go back to blimp view just to see in case we make a move here. Inside. Clear. Nice try, bud. Nice try. So the closer we can get the car to the ground, the more aero grip we have. But obviously to get to the ground, to keep the car off the ground, we use springs, right? That's how any car stays off the ground from hitting the ground, is springs, right? You typically have to run stiffer springs or something to hold the car up the lower it gets, right? But you start to lose mechanical grip because of that. So you start playing a game of how much mechanical grip do you want to lose to gain aero grip, or how much mechanical grip do you want to gain to lose aero grip. So it's just kind of a way to think about it. I'll try to read some of these real quick. Yes, there's push to pass. You think you get 10 pushes during the race. It's going to be up to Simon. I can't really see when they're on it, but all right, Simon, let's pit this lap. Pit. We'll switch over to qualifying. Give me a good in lap here. Yeah, we did win in Barber in 2016. That was actually during our super stretcher races between Long Beach, Barber, and Indy GP in 2016, where we won 3 races in a row. That was super special. Simon was at the absolute peak of his game. He that car, that style, that he crashed in front of you there. Yep. You can see big crash by Dixon there. But you You got the most of that one. Good. At least we learned that one.
I got a black flag too.
Yeah, copy.
That's why you hit the cones, I think, too. Smash the one on the right side.
All right, switch over to qualifying setup. We've got about 12 and a half minutes to go here, Simon. So I'll give you, I'll give you 2 or 3 runs really, actually, 2 or 3 runs here to just get comfortable again in qualifying mode.
Copy.
We'll make sure we give you a good gap here, so don't leave right away. Just make sure we get some quality runs in here.
Sure.
Zach, we try hard not to touch the underwing. We actually have in the middle of the car we've got skids, and in IndyCar we can have different skids materials, and we hit the skids a lot. And we also have lasers that point down. You're all clear right now. You got a good gap right now if you want to use it. Yeah, real good gap here. Watch your cones. We have lasers on the car that shoot down to the ground and measure. You know how you've got these things that you can buy from your local hardware store that you can measure the distance of a room.
The tires.
We use that same type of technology, shooting down to the ground, and we can measure
offline. Does it
all the time?
Stuff or not?
You can measure all the time the distance from the car bottom to the actual ground. And so we know that all the time in the real car, and so it's really nice information to have to make sure we maximize the ride height of the car.
On the new one,
yeah,
yes,
lasers. Hey Jack, qualifying for it's going to be 2 laps. You have 10 minutes to do those 2 laps, but it's not a 10-minute session, unfortunately. It's just you get 2 laps and that's it. So it's really up to the drivers. We think the fast lap's going to be the first timed lap. For Simon. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. The track's really gripping up with all these cars on track. So Simon's, yeah, Chris, lasers. Simon's in qualifying mode right now. Just get everything you can out of it here. That's Pagenaud ahead. Clear. All clear. You're going to be all clear this lap, all clear. Alright, so second time lap for Simon. Nobody's on his nose, so no one's creating a disturbance in the turbulence in the air ahead of him, so it should be a good lap. Obviously, we think first time lap for him is going to be the best in qualifying, but in iRacing, just like in real racing, you saw we had on our first lap, we had Pagenaud on our nose, and then he made a mistake in turn 9, and have affected our first lap there, but that happens in real life too. You never exactly know. You try to do the best you can to get cars free lap time, free air, we should say, and free racetrack. But sometimes it just doesn't happen. Pagenaud came out in front of us on that lap, and that's the sort of thing that can happen. All right, nice job. You can pull off to the side there, exit out. We'll do another one here. Your time from before is still P4.
Yep.
Sit there just for a sec. Just wait. Okay, go. Watch your cones here on exit.
By the way, on turn 4, so the left hairpin, you can use a bit more tarmac on the right, on the braking zone.
Spotter Ben's doing great,
It will open
Thomas.
up the corner to you.
Yes,
and
this
you
is
will
this
be
is still
able to
fixed setup.
straighten up the wheel a bit faster and get a bit more traction.
Well, right here?
Yeah, exactly here. Yeah, here you are fine in terms of placement.
I'm not gonna attempt to speak French. My French is horrible,
Okay.
very very bad. So, I don't have a French.
Ben?
Sorry, repeat that.
What's the gap?
Big gap, 18 seconds behind. Big gap.
Okay.
I agree, Dan. I love what Wickens is doing. Also, I really hope he can keep this up and really make a real legit in the real race car comeback. I think it would be super special. I know he's a very driven person, so we'll see where this goes. All clear. Rest of this lap's going to be all clear. Je m'appelle Ben. Je suis ingénieur. That's all I got. That's all I got. Hi, Damien, by the way. So Simon's working on his qualifying pace here. We're back in qualifying trim. Again, if you're just joining us, I'm Ben Bretzman, Simon Pagenaud's race engineer at Team Penske. Him and I have been working together back in Highcroft Racing.
One lap I oversteer, one lap I lock up.
Copy. If you want to stop, we've got time to do one more run if you stop pretty soon. Yeah.
It's the same as last night when I was training. Turn 5. I can't. Like, I don't know. I struggle to replicate it.
Maybe try to, when you initially apply the brake, hit them a bit harder.
I can't because I lock up the rear already.
Okay, so then brake
clear.
it a bit sooner. Now you are opening up the corner.
Okay.
Let's gap this guy a bit. That's Kanan. We got tons of room behind. 9 seconds behind. Eight and a half behind. Anyways, Mike, I wish. I can't, unfortunately. I haven't figured out how to do that. Since we're social distancing, I've actually got a feed coming from Simon's house to my house. I haven't been able to get rid of that delay. Basically, I would love to put a delay on my part of the feed to match his. I just can't. I can only do a delay on the entire broadcast. So I'm still working on it. I'm new to this. This all started Wednesday for me, so I'm trying. But I'll have to keep working on that for sure because I think that would really help making sure that his feed and what you see on the screen are matched up. Hey, in case you guys wondered, Trevor Lacoste just joined our chat. That's our crew chief for the 22 car. That's Rosenquist ahead. He's quick, so just keep after it. If you have any questions for him, shoot him to go right here, right. Shoot him to Trevor. He's Simon's crew chief. He makes sure that all the engineering stuff that comes out from me goes onto the car properly. He manages all the over the wall guys. So if you shoot it his way. Mike, that's a great question, actually. It means this summer is going to be extremely busy, but the busiest summer we've ever had. Yeah, we're home right now, but this summer is going to be tough, very tough. A lot of races back to back. And in IndyCar, most of the people that you see at the racetrack are the same people that work in the shop. We don't have a lot of stay-at-home guys to do stuff, which is different than Formula One or NASCAR. So for the guys that travel, such as myself and Trevor and Mike Ford, our spotter, and all the guys that work on not only 22 car but all the Team Penske IndyCar, it is going to be extremely busy. This will be our busiest summer yet. That stretch, prepping for Indy and the races all before Indy, and then getting through Indy and on the backside Indy, it's going to be one impressive summer. Nice job, bud.
Yeah, it's just 25. Just can't replicate it.
Copy. We only got about a minute to go here. Probably won't make a lap here, so just chill out, take a break before qualifying here.
Yep.
You're still P4 with that lap you did. Same guys as always. Felix, Will, Sage, you, Scott Speed, McLaughlin, Palou. So same guys as always.
Okay.
Everyone is struggling to improving as well now at the end of the sessions.
Niles and Tim, good to see you guys. There's some iRacing guys that.
Breather. How long do I have?
10 seconds.
Yeah, session's about to be over with, but it's a 10-minute qualifying session, so you got a couple minutes.
Okay.
Kurt, yeah, it's going to be.
To move you guys because we're out of battery.
No full course cautions, but there will be a competition yellow on lap 15. Not limited on sets of tires. Yeah, it's going to be fun. So we're going into qualifying. Everything that we do on a race weekend is building up to this point right here. Starting on a normal race weekend, if say at Barber Motorsports Park when we're there, supposed to be there this weekend. Friday we show up. All we're doing is working on a race car and building driver confidence in that race car the entire time to this point right now to qualifying. So when Simon goes out on track, he knows he's got everything that he can get. He's got as much confidence as he could possibly have, and he's going to get everything out of the car that he can get out of it. So this is the what we've been building to in Friday free practice 1, Friday free practice 2, and Saturday free practice 3 to this point. So I'll talk to Simon here, just tell him, give everything he's got. All right, bud. Qualifying. Make sure your qualifying setup's loaded. It should be automatically though. Give it everything you got. All right, let's see. I'll switch over to Simon's nose cam for this so you guys can watch. Watch a little nose cam qualifying. I need a straw, turns out, for my drink. It's another top tip that Mike Ford did not give me. Need a straw. All right. You there, Simon?
I think he's doing a little break.
Probably a good
Sure,
thing.
he come back.
Focus himself a little bit here. Yeah, 40. I could. Still so many things you gotta teach me. Oh, see, that's why I have a good crew right there. Look at my crew chief wife. Look at that. Brings the straw to me. That's how it's supposed to. Man, she's the best. Thanks, Whitney. Damien, it's just a soda. That's all it is. Just a soda.
Yeah.
All right, driver. 2 laps here. Just make sure your qualifying setup's loaded. It should automatically be loaded, but just double check.
Yes, sir. Up.
You can see Felix has already got a 106.1, Simon.
Copy.
Watch your pit exit here. Just make sure you stay on the with the cones. We don't need any black flags. See, our current quick times are 106.1 by Felix, 106.3 by both Joseph and Scott.
Copy.
As always, be gentle on the outlap, and
Yep.
during the 2 laps, don't try to overdrive the car, just maximizing what you have done, and it should be all good.
Quick times 6.0 by Felix, 6.0.
Copy.
A 6.2 puts you P2 right now. All right, let's see what he's got here. We'll switch over to nose cam. We're going nose cam just for qualifying here. All right, bud, 2 laps here. We get the green flag this time.
Copy.
So you can see here Simon's saving his stuff. You can see he's approaching this. He's not going full out right now. He's taking his time on his build up here. Coming to the green. Let's see what he gets here. Good turn 2. This is a key right here. Traditionally, a lot of understeer in turn 2 with a big kind of compression and uphill. You get 1 or 2 laps in a real car of maximum front grip there, and then beyond that, your lap times are generally just a little bit slower because you kind of burn the fronts through there. You got to maximize your first time lap in Barber in turn 2 because there's a lot of lap time there. This is a tricky one. Bounce over those curbs. In qualifying, the drivers are just throwing it in there, going deep. Tires are locking, not locking. It's full commitment through there in a real car. Same like you just saw here. Just throw it in, bounce the car up over the curbs. Here, this is so fast. Entering 6th gear, down to 5th, down to 4th, and they'll actually go down to 3rd here, up over the crest. Very tricky portion here, balancing section. Very pitchy portion of the racetrack where the rear's kind of wanting to come around all the time here. Tying 16 and turn 17, what we're in right now together, is also key for lap time. How do you want to approach those two? Let's see how he did here. 16292, that's P5 right now. Let's see if he can improve at all. If we can get a 10th. Yeah, we need 2 tenths basically to improve up to P3. Let's see if he can get it. Not a bad opener though, not a bad lap. P5 would be a good starting spot for us. Got a little loose on exit there on power. Traction's starting to degrade now a little bit. Second lap in qualifying, using the tires up as hard as he can here. Throw the car over the curbs here. Traction trying to get everything you can out of it there. Quick left right through the chicane, flat out here. 5th gear, 6th gear on the exit. Enter here in 6th, down to 5th, 4th, 3rd. Get everything. Use this curb up. Tricky section here. Tying these 2 sections together is everything. So, good exit there. Let's see what he gets here. Checkered flag, checkered flag. P5, bud, P5. Not bad.
Yep.
Not bad. Sage.
Yeah, lost the wheel on the second lap, so.
Yeah, no worries. You got 2 minutes before the race will start, so you got 2 minutes to chill. Sage.
Definitely could do. Definitely feel like I can do 6-1.
Okay, copy.
It's okay.
Yep. That's Sage, Power, Felix, Palou, you and Scott Speed, again, next to each other. Joseph and Scotty, your teammates are behind you.
So what about those names? What's the deal with Willpower, Scott Speed? I mean, you know. I think
they're just naturally born race car drivers.
I think those are fake names. Don't you think they're fake names?
They could be. They could be. I mean,
Stalking.
It could be fake names. I don't know. I mean, Scott Speed is as the most amazing race car driver name ever.
Greg's talking. Ben.
So Simon's talking to race control now. So race control is going to talk to the drivers.
We would advance to grid.
Just to try to talk them through what's going to happen here. P5, so that's not a bad starting spot.
So everybody went 2 tenths slower in qualifying, except yeah, everybody went 2 tenths slower.
Yeah, Travis, I'm not on the. If TV's trying to check in with Simon, that's I actually don't know. Yeah, that's on Simon's side. They're using another chat actually for the TV side, so not sure.
A lot of cars. That's cool. Do I need to load the setup or not?
Just wait for the race session to start. Just take a chill for a sec. Get some water.
How many people watching?
We've got a lot of action. There's been a lot of people coming and going. A lot of people asking. A lot of questions I've been answering. So it's been fun. So far, so good. 45 lap race here. They're gonna skip through this warm up, Simon. Once the feature starts, just double check your race setup there.
So what do I do? I click warm up or no?
No, just let him. I don't think they're gonna do a warm up. So the cars are going out there, but he's just gonna advance past it here in just a second.
Copy. Where's Jimmy? What do you do? You do a good lap. No? What do you do? 7.5? Where does that put him? Huh?
I actually didn't see where he was. He's qualified 22nd. I mean, he's not last. So.
And 22 is a good number.
Yes, it is. It is. Yeah, he qualified 22nd. So there's 29 cars. So pretty good.
Yeah.
Hey, Ray.
Back to the pits. All right. So we didn't talk strategy today, Ben. We missed the meeting.
We did. We missed the meeting. We're gonna be fine. I think Richard and I are on the same page here. Let's see how our first 2 laps go here. Obviously, it's That's going to be kind of key to how we settle in and how the race is going to be. We've obviously got competition yellow, lap 15. We're going to play off of how our first 2 laps go here.
Okay.
Just like we did last week, Richard, just keep me what you think. I've got a fuel sheet going over here. Just let me know what you think as we're going. I'll kind of spot his start here, and then once everybody's settled in here, we'll make a decision where we want to go here.
Yep. I was muted. Sorry.
I saw that on Discord actually.
Yeah, I was talking and like no one reacted. Shit. So yeah, sorry.
No,
Yeah, plan A, I guess, for the strategy. Indeed, we'll see after the 2 laps. I heard everything, so no worries.
Yep, copy.
So it's grading now. Grid to 50 seconds.
Yep, you're beyond the grid.
To,
Yeah, just hop in whenever you're ready. Just make sure your race setup's loaded, but it should be.
Yeah. Nah, Sage playing the game.
Yeah, he's saving as much fuel as possible by gaining like 10 extra seconds. So as last week in the installation lap, put the 6th gear, be gentle on throttle, and let the car roll with the clutch as much as you can over the lap.
Copy.
To save as much as you can.
And whatever we do, don't hit I.
No, I'm a.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
I. Yeah, to start, it's in case you hit I, it's I, and then it's S. To
Yeah,
start.
I did that last time, but it didn't work. Oh.
That's what he's talking about. We did a practice race the other night. Simon qualified second around the front.
On or not?
What's that, bud? Sorry.
Telemetry is not on.
Okay, that's fine. Don't worry about it. We did a practice race, qualified second.
Yeah, I don't want to hit I.
And coming down to the green, or coming to the green behind the pace truck.
All right, people, wish me luck. Let's hope nobody hits us.
We shut the car off. Tim, I don't know if he disabled it, but I think he knows. I think he knows not to hit that button anymore. I'm not sure what he did with it, but I know he was talking about doing something with it, and he knows not to touch anything anymore. All right, everybody, we're in spotter cam now. Time to get to work. I'll try the best I can to get to comments when it looks like we're clear, but...
Palu using fuel and tires. Good for us.
Yep, yeah. I keep an eye on it all.
It's speed, sorry. I thought it was Palu, but it's speed next to it. Sorry.
I'm gonna be doing everything I can. I gotta kind of do a little bit of work here while we're racing, but I'll do everything I can to look at this when it looks like we got a chance to chat. Okay, Simon. So just as a reminder, you start next to Scott Speed. Cars in front of you are Rosenquist and Palu. We know Rosenquist has got race pace. Let's see what he does at the start. Your teammates are behind you. Joseph's directly behind you. Scotty's back right of you.
Copy.
You're coming to the green this time.
Let's have some fun.
Expect Speed to be aggressive, in my opinion. So be careful with him.
Yeah, just keep a nice constant pace here. They're accordioning behind you, so you're doing good there. Pace truck's in. Sage has the field. He's going.
Go, go.
Outside. Scotty outside. Clear up if you want it. Outside, 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 outside. Inside, 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 still inside. You clear if you want it. Clear. Out, inside. That's New Garden, inside. Outside of you there. Outside of you. Outside of you. Outside. 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 Just clear. He's just looking. Just clear. He's looking. Nice job. All clear. All clear. Nice job. McLaughlin in front of you. Graham behind you. Settle in here. See if you can get Scotty on the next lap or two here. All right, so decent start. You kind of saw what happened there. We got a little bit of a late go, but he collected himself. Joseph got, both Scotty and Joseph got past us there. But we're going to see what we can do with them in race pace here. Scotty obviously doesn't have a ton of IndyCar racing experience, but
Steers a lot in traffic.
copy.
Messy start there.
McLaughlin's got a lot of iRacing experience, so he's going to be a tough one to stay with here. You're all clear. You got 5 back. 5 back to Graham. 4 back to Graham. It's going to be Herta now behind. Oh, actually, Herta and Graham are racing each other behind you. Just focus forward here. Whoa. All clear. All clear. Those two hit each other back there. Herta's behind 1.5 seconds. 1.5 seconds. Big gap behind. Let's just get into a rhythm here.
I get damage when I push Scott on the front wing.
Don't see anything on my screen.
Yeah, looks okay here. Alright, so we're on P8 right now. Not a bad start. Let our 2 team cars by us, but that's okay. That's okay. We can recover from that. I'm going to zoom out a little bit more here. Just make sure I can get far enough ahead. Everybody's spaced out pretty well here. About a second or 2 between each car. Sage is still leading. That's right, Trev. We're going to try to get some people in the pit stop here.
Scott's car's jumping.
Copy. Richard, you still thinking kind of plan A here?
Pace is coming back.
Copy. Yeah, gap ahead and gap behind's been pretty static. Pretty consistent.
Who's ahead of Joseph?
Scott Speed.
Copy. He's coming back to us.
Yeah, copy. Nice job there. You matched the leader lap time there. Leader did a 7.4. You did a 7.4. All right, so we're just as quick as the leaders are right now, as Sage is. Just matched his lap time there. Simon's getting into his race rhythm right now, doing a good job. I think you're just kind of managing the race right now. We're obviously 6 laps, or on lap 6 here. 40 to go. Remember, competition yellow coming out lap 15. We'll see how everybody plays this. Joseph's been putting a lot of pressure on Scott Speed. That's the cars that are kind of directly in front of us. So you got McLaughlin in the red car. The blue car is Newgarden in the PPG car. And ahead of him is Scott Speed. Newgarden's been putting some good pressure on Scott. So I'm trying to keep an eye on that, just making sure. Got a car out of the pits here. He's outside of 2. Do you see him there?
Yep.
Kyle Kaiser. Clear. Nice pass. Nice job, bud.
Copy. You want to stay stuck behind.
Nope, you did perfect there. There's another lapped car about 4 cars ahead of the pack that you see in front of you that's kind of holding those guys up right now. Richard, you still good at plan A here? You see a slow car on the outside there. It's Connor. He's a lap down.
Rear tires are starting to go.
Okay, copy. Keep us updated on that because that might change our strategy more to plan B.
How many laps have we done?
8 laps. 8 laps.
Copy. Thanks, Connor.
All clear. Thanks, Connor. That was awesome.
Yellow.
Yeah, you're clear. He's still driving. You just got sideways. You're all clear. Track's clear. Okay, gonna have a slow car on the left here. You're all clear. Track's clear. He's just checking the field up. All these guys are getting checked up here. Keep your heads up here. Keep a head up here. There's going to be a lot of action down here. Track's clear. Got Jack Harvey on the right side, letting people go. He's a lap down. That's Bob Perona spotting for Jack Harvey, one of my good friends, another spotter buddy of 40 and I's. Hopefully he lets us go here. I'll text Bobby here in a second if he doesn't.
Oh, seriously, move out of the way.
Just stay after him. I'll text Bobby.
Too late.
Nice job. All clear. All clear. All right, focus forward here. He's just looking outside. He's just looking out there. You're clear. He gave you the space. All clear.
About time.
Copy. Let's go catch those guys in front of us. They're being held up by the 28 car. Those 3 cars that were for position are being held up.
Copy.
Crash ahead. Go right side, right side, right side, right side. There you go. Good job. All clear. That's Scott Speed spun. He pitted. McLaughlin's ahead. Big gap behind. Richard, you still thinking plan A, or I'm keeping an eye on Simon's rear tire degradation here. He says the rears are starting to go. We might have to go to plan B if the rears do start to go.
Rear shouldn't be too much of an issue. Just be gentle when accelerating, and that should work.
Copy.
I'm okay now. Starting to get back to throttle a bit more gently.
Copy.
I need, can you just try to chat a little less so I can concentrate more, please?
Okay.
Oh, Simon's in focus mode now. Wants us not to talk, so it means he's trying to put lap time together. Catch McLaughlin. Copy. Big gap behind. .28 cars holding up the 2 cars ahead of you still. Simon did another good lap there. 107.4 matched. That was his quickest lap of the race. That was your quickest lap of the race. Nice job. Alright, so we're going to try to catch our teammates here. Close this gap down here.
Scott pitting.
Yep, he's pitting. Joseph's making a move here, like you see. That's a lapped car in front of you.
Who's it?
Kyle Kirkwood. Competition yellow should come out here this lap or next lap, I think. One of the next 2 laps.
Okay. I'm intrigued by Scott's strategy.
Yeah, he did. He's doing Plan B, what we talked about.
Yes, okay. Makes sense.
Nice job. That's where the 28 slow is in 16 and 17. Nice job. Joseph's ahead. You're P6 right now. Trev, yeah, Plan B was do the pit before. There's the yellow. There's the yellow. We're just going to catch it back to the pack here. Plan B was
Save fuel as much as you can.
Yeah.
Plan B was do the pit before, then make a pit about lap 37 or so. Make 2 pit stops. We're gonna stick with Plan B here. We're not gonna take pit on this yellow either. We're gonna just do 1 stop. See what happens.
Where's the pack? Anyone? Yeah.
Okay, just in front of you.
Yeah. They're starting to slow down here in front of you. The pace car is on the exit of 4, headed to 5. You'll be packed up in turn 5.
Yeah.
Mitch, I don't think McLaughlin can go the rest of the way. We're burning about 0.77 gallons per lap. A pit before the yellow doesn't let you make it to the rest of the way. He's gonna have to stop for a splash. So yeah, like Tim said, he won't be able to make it. It's a 2-stop race if you stop before the yellow. We're trying to do this in 1.
What lap is the race?
45.
Woo! That's a long race.
It's actually shorter than last week because it was same laps last week, but the track was way longer.
Yeah.
All right, give you a reset here, Simon. You're running P6 currently. By the way, we will stay out here when the pits open. We will stay out. You're running P6. We've done 16 laps. We've got 30 to go right now. I think your pace was strong, particularly there when we started to focus in there at the end there. I mean, you're in a 7.4 again. You put your fastest lap of the race towards the end of that short stint, our opening stint there. So that was good. Sage didn't.
You just need to keep the chat a bit lower so I can concentrate a bit more.
Yeah, sorry. I was just trying to talk to Richard there about strategy stuff there. I've got a little text chat going, Richard, on Discord if you want to talk in there or not.
There we go.
But so Sage is leading. Will's P2, Felix P3, Palou P4, Newgarden P5, you're P6, Colton's behind you in P7. If guys start to pit here, remember just pack up to that pace car.
Yeah. Okay. Nobody pits.
Nope, nobody pitted there. Everybody's on the same program here. It looks like they're all trying to do 1 stop. It's fine.
Scott?
What's that? Scott will have to do 2 stops.
Yeah. Did he have damage or something?
Well, I think because Jonathan's actually running his race, and since I think he was stuck in traffic behind the 28 car, they decided to run Plan B there and get him out from behind that traffic and pit, because the 28 car was holding him up. So they think they just wanted to get out from behind that traffic and do the 2-stop strategy.
Interesting.
I was gonna switch us over to that if your tires were worse, but then your lap times came back down. So I think we're okay doing just 1 stop. I just like it because it minimizes risk of pit stops and then pit lane and stuff. So
Yeah. Greg West has thrown the caution flag since we're going back green.
Same thing as
We're going back to green next lap,
I,
right?
I think we'll have one more pace lap, but again, I'll just keep an eye on the pace truck and let you know.
Pit lane is open.
Okay, we'll stay out. If anybody pits, just stay out, pack up. So just kind of give everybody a heads up. So like, this is an important strategy point right now. This is the competition yellow. There was a couple options you had there. You could have pitted before the
I
yellow.
can't see the lights on the pace car. Actually, they're off, I think.
Okay, copy.
Yeah, no worries. They will be back on lights when they were close to the line.
You could pit before the yellow and
doing it manually.
have new tires for this restart, and try to nurse home from the end. You'd have to still stop for fuel, but you'd do a fuel-only stop again, so you'd be making 2 stops if you pitted before that yellow. If you pit on the yellow, the good news is you pit when everybody's going slow. The bad news is you lose a lot of track position because the field's not spread out. When the field's tight, you're going to lose a lot of track position. We're going to pit when we run out and our fuel runs out, probably lap 22, 23, something like that.
One more pace lap.
Okay.
Yeah, one more. Nobody's pitting, so just keep saving your stuff there. Most of the people are doing this, so looks like most everybody's on a one-stop strategy. So it'll be kind of what happens on this exciting restart for you guys to watch, both on NBC Sports Network and on our Fun Spotter strategy stream here. You can both watch that, see what happens on this restart. Should get exciting. The restarts we've seen so far in our practice races have been really exciting. Remember, just be aware of the accordion effect when you get to turn 14 here.
Yeah.
I'll try to keep an eye on Sage. Sage is leading. Remember, all the practice races, Sage goes after he's out of turn 17, so it's going to cause a big stack up here.
Yeah.
It's true, Tim, but what we're hoping for is the track position. There's a bunch of cars between us and McLaughlin. That time gain will be enough for us to stay ahead of those guys.
Garden is a lap car, for your information.
That's Jack.
Yeah. We're basically going to maximize our in-laps and such, and then try to get that gap to the what we called the plan B'ers, the guys that pitted before that yellow.
Lap back? No.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, that's what I don't know. Or maybe he was in front, like in the 2 or 3 first cars in the pace lap.
Jay, that sounds like me. I didn't have much sound when my broadcast started.
I was trying to say something on the chat. I don't know what it is.
Alright, but I'll call it green. I'll let you know when Sage is going. Just be aware of the stack up here with the accordion effect. Sage is going to be a slow restarter here. Like Richard said, it's a lapped car behind you, Kyle Kirkwood, and there's a lapped car ahead of Joseph.
I don't know what Jack's doing.
I don't know what he's doing either. He needs to get caught up here. There he goes. Alright. Everybody put your drinks down. Get excited. Big restart here. Hoping for the best. Remember, push to pass here if you want it.
Copy.
Pace truck's in. Sage has the field. He's going. Green, green, green. Good restart. You're all clear behind, Nice job, all clear. Big gap behind, all clear. Focus forward on Joseph. You're 10 back to Colton behind. He is for position 10 back. All right, clean restart. There's some battling going on in the back, I see, but very clean restart. That was good. Felix and Will, kind of at the right edge of my screen, you can see they're having a really good run at it here on this restart, letting Sage get out a little bit of a head. We just got to stay with these guys, keep the pressure on. We got to build that gap to McLaughlin, who's on the two-stop strategy there. Nice job, bud. Still about 8 back to Herta behind, 8 back. All right, we got to put the pressure on Joseph here, see if we can get this spot back. Rossi's a lap down ahead of Palou there. Making a good exit here. Herta's 2 back, 3 back, 4 back. Nice try, nice try. Keep the pressure on him.
Joseph pitted.
Yep, you're okay, you're okay.
Why would you pit?
No worries, no worries. Stay on track, stay on track.
Give us some laps here, though. We need laps.
Oh, I get it, I get it.
All right, so the big point here, we're going to try to get Joseph on the overcut here with that. Joseph pitted because of the Rossi traffic. We're going to try to put some laps down here, go a little bit longer than Joseph because we still got fuel in the tank. We're going to try to get Joseph with the overcut, which means we're going to pit later than him and try to come out ahead of him. All clear behind, 6 back. Just need lap time. Will pitted. Nice, fastest lap of the race. Let's go. Let's go. This is where Simon does best, okay? Your tires are used. Hey, I need you to pump lap time right now. This is where he's at his best. He just did his fastest lap of the race on old tires here. He's very focused in. Nice job, bud. That was your fastest lap of the race. Give us a couple more here. That was mega. Mega lap by Simon. We've stretched that gap out to Herta. You can see 2 seconds to Herta now. We're pumping lap time here. As you can see, McLaughlin is 3 seconds behind us, so we got to make sure that gap's big enough.
Who's ahead there?
Pagenaud.
No.
Oh,
Who's
Daly.
ahead of
Connor Daly. We might want to think about it here because of Daly.
I'll stay in track.
See if he lets us go here or not. This is, we need Daly to let us go here. This could hurt us. Hopefully he lets us go. Yep. All clear, he gave it to you. Thanks again, Connor.
Not really. You just pushed too fast there.
Yeah, copy. That's Ed ahead of him. I think we need to come here.
Ed, my old friend. Hello, pitted.
Yep.
No worries.
Let's go. Give us everything we got here.
Yeah.
Let's pit on this lap. Pit. Everything you got. Big inlet.
Copy.
All right, so we're gonna see where we come out here. That lap to traffic didn't help us much there. That kind of stunted our last 2 lap times bad, but we're gonna get everything we can this lap. We'll pit. We're running P2. Us and Felix are the only cars that haven't pitted yet. Those lap cars kind of hurt our execution there. Probably should have pulled him in early there, but that's okay. We'll see where we net out here. All right, pit this lap. Pit.
Copy. Pit lane.
Perfect. All right, we're doing fuel and tires here.
Only 55 liters of fuel, Ben.
Yeah, nice.
Copy. All right, you're gonna be
Top pas normally. Go.
go. He's gonna be right on your right side. Inside.
Careful,
Inside. Clear. Nice job. We got Pagenaud.
Clear, protect.
He's still there. He's still there.
Clear.
You're clear after him if you want it. Crash in front. Go right.
Push.
I'm out of push to pass. I'm out of push to pass.
No worries. Très bien. Rosenqvist, courage. You're on the fight for the podium, mate.
Will seems damaged or something. He's slow. Just keep an eye out.
Rosenqvist has warm tires as well with the spin.
There you go. Nice job, bud. Nice job. All clear. Got a lapped car behind you. It's Harvey. All clear. Let's focus in here. Get to the end of the race. You're gonna have 18 laps to go. Ahead is Pagenaud.
Copy. Okay, let me drive for now, please.
Oh, okay. So that was a little bit stressful. Stressful exchange there, but all right, we're running now. I put too much fuel in the car in that pit stop. We got about 2.5 gallons too much. Sorry, Malcolm. We filled it too much there. You can see McLaughlin is in the lead. He's still got to make a stop. A stop is going to be about 28 seconds, we think. So we need to close that gap down about 3 seconds. I think that outlap fight and then the lap traffic before kind of hurt our shot there, but we'll see what happens here as the race goes on. That outlap was very exciting. There's some serious traffic behind Simon, if you can see there. Oh, 7.4 right back on pace. Yeah, McLaughlin's, I think, so Scott Speed and McLaughlin are on that Plan B strategy that we're talking about. Speed is going to be, we'll pass him because of the strategy. We'll get past him. I think Wickens we'll get past Wickens also. That will put us up to P4. The question is, can we catch McLaughlin? Can we close the gap down to McLaughlin before he has to make his pit stop? I'm not sure what happened to Sage. There you go. Pit lane speed limit penalty for Sage, it sounds like. So Simon's running P6. I think on strategy, he's P3 of his strategy. We got to close that gap down to McLaughlin, which McLaughlin is pumping some lap times out right now. So the guy in the catbird seat right now is Power. It looks like it's right now. I think the race win is between Scott McLaughlin and Will Power. Wow, that was a huge crash on that outside there. I don't know if you guys saw it or not, but anyways, right now I think the race win is between Will Power and Scott McLaughlin. We're trying to do everything we can. Maybe if Scott has a problem on pit lane or slows his pace down at all, we'll be right there to be able to get Scott, us and Palou. So that's what the race is for right now. Something happened to McLaughlin there. Our gap to him has shrunk by 10 seconds. Anybody see that? I did not look forward, but our gap to him, assuming he didn't pit. Oh, I think something happened. McLaughlin's 4.5 seconds ahead of us. Are you going to want to go right on exit here? Right on exit of 9 here. Right on exit. He's in the grass. Nice job. Okay, so McLaughlin made his pit stop. So he's 5 seconds. That's that time we talked about. We gave up that time on the outlap in traffic, and that's the race. Though, like I said, you see how Will and Scott are on each other. That's the race. That's how that just played out. We just kind of talked about it there. They were going to be on top of each other based on pit lane penalty, and it is. They're on top of each other. Just to bring up speed, Simon, all those cars ahead of you are for position. That's the podium. Go left. There you go. Nice job. Poor Wickens and Wickens.
He was for position?
He was, yes, he was. I don't think he had pitted. He hadn't pitted yet, though. So he was on Plan B and hadn't made a second stop yet.
Oh, okay. But still, that's a great job. How many laps to go?
13 to go. So, since you guys are watching, this is, for geeky engineer Ben like me, like I was talking about, how McLaughlin and Will Power, two completely different strategies, came out on top of each other during the race. You can see it. They were separated by less than a second. Completely different strategies. The numbers all worked out that way. I just love that. I think that's what's cool with racing. How cool racing is. Like, we tried to do what Will did. It's just the little things like having the traffic before our pit stop. That cost us about a second and a half. Having the traffic on pit exit cost us about 2 seconds, and that's the difference between us and McLaughlin right now. So it's all little things. It's so cool to see that.
All clear.
What?
Clear.
Ahead of Pagenaud, there's 2 lapped cars, Daly and Ed again, ahead of Pagenaud. So Scott Speed's in the lead, but I think he still has to...
Will Power's chat has been disabled. Guess what he said? Cracks me up.
Yes, he had some problems with Ed and Connor, I believe. That car in front is for position. That will be the last podium spot, I believe. We gotta get.
I don't understand what you mean.
If we get Pagenaud, we'll be P. If we get Pagenaud, we'll be P3 at the end of the race.
Oh, okay. So who's this? I don't understand. Who's first?
Scott Speed is first. He hasn't made his second pit stop yet.
Oh, okay. Well, it'd be nice to be brought up to speed, buddy.
You said not to talk.
True. Don't talk.
Nice job, clear. Yep, that's P3 ahead of you, podium spot ahead of you.
Copy.
Yeah, Niles and Mitch and Tim, there's no one more special in this world.
Think Speed's gonna make it work?
No.
No, not at all. You're within 12 seconds of him. He can't. He'll be probably P8 or so after it. Than Will Power. He. That's right, Kathy. I just can't win. It's like I'm used to it though. Will Power is one of the most special human beings in the world. He's the fastest guy. Pure raw race car speed. He's the fastest guy I've ever worked with. But he's also got one of the most amusing personalities ever. So, like, we're all lucky. Those of us that know Will are just lucky to have known him and be around him because he's amusing. That's Connor. He should give you. There you go. All clear. All clear. Focus forward, bud. Yep. All right, we got 9 laps to go. That's Pagenaud in front.
Copy.
All right, my job's pretty much done. I'm gonna spot, talk to you guys. We've made it through our pit exchange. I put too much fuel in the car. My fault. We got 2 gallons too much fuel in the car, but that's okay. I haven't dagged in a while, so sorry. But 9 laps to go. The podium spot is right there. We got to go catch Pagenaud, that bright pink and black car. If we catch him, we'll finish P3 because Scott Speed will have to pit here before the end of the race. So the leader of the race, actual race, is Scott McLaughlin right now. Will Power second, Pagenaud third. Yeah, I mean, we've got 9 gallons in the tank right now, Mitch, and we've got 8 laps to go or whatever it is to go, 8 laps. And a .77, we've got just a bit too much fuel. Not bad. Not bad. I didn't do terrible, but I could have done better. old data acquisition Ben, when I used to do fuel strategy, that would have been a safe short fill for me to make sure I got enough in there. But it's interesting in IndyCar, right? You kind of work on a laser thin edge. Since the cars are spec, you got to get everything out of it. Even here, you got to get everything out of it. So, yeah. All right, we're closing this gap down. We are legitimately closing this gap down. Simon is pumping laps. This is going to get good quick here. Yes, aperitif after the race. Some of us might have started actually, Damien. Very nice lap there. You're catching him. You'll catch him here soon. That's right, Tim. And honestly, Tim, we do that same thing in the. Hey, Fred. Yeah, Mitch. Scott Speed will have to pit here. He's on the Plan B thing, like we talked about earlier, and he'll have to pit here. So this race that Simon's in's for the last podium spot. Tim, that's how we are. You don't know how many times we've crossed the real start-finish line with about .1 in the.
Laps to go.
7 to go. 6 now. 6 to go. With about 0.1, 0.2 gallons in the tank. And yes, you're 100% right. If you're wrong, you could lose your job. So it's a very tight balance in real IndyCar world. All right, boys, we are on him. It's all clear. Track is clear. Track is clear. Keep the pressure on. Hey there, Mama Baker. Good to see you. Hope everything's well in Iowa. This is exciting, guys. This is the race for the podium spot. Pagenaud went a little wide there. Yeah, you're right, Steve. He's on him right now. Not sure what Scott Speed's doing. He's next car ahead. Or if he's going to try to make it to the end in like maximum fuel save. We're catching him very quickly. All right, he's not quite close enough here. Bad news is I think we're out of push to pass. But we're just going to have to do what we can here. We're trying, Kathy. We're trying for Penske podium here. Five to go. Ooh, this is exciting. I don't know about you guys, but I'm excited. See if Simon can get this. If we get a Penske podium here, this would be pretty big. particularly for I feel bad for McLaughlin because I don't know what time it is. Somebody could probably check what time it is in Australia right now, but I guarantee you it's not the middle of the afternoon. So it would be super special for him, I'm sure. Oh, we are close here. We are close.
Okay, it was me.
Nice job. Just keep the pressure on him. About 4 to go. 4 to go. You'll get him here. You are quicker than him. Tom, we have 10 pushes of push to pass. So it's not like it's like it used to be in IndyCar about 4 years ago, I believe it was. Current day IndyCar, you have a push to pass button that you can turn on and turn off. You have unlimited pushes, but you basically have like a bank of time that you can take. Here we have just 10 pushes. As soon as you push it, it's activated, and you don't get that push back. Come on, Simon. Let's get him here. We are faster than Palou. We just got to get around him. I'm very surprised by Speed is still on track. Not going to lie. Thanks, Cal. Yeah, I think we're having a lot of fun doing this. Also, this is something to get our racing fix in. While we're not racing. All right, he's kind of close again here. Let's see. It's 2 to go. Ahead of Palou are 2 lapped cars, Hinchcliffe and Rossi.
Who's behind me?
Rosenquist?
What position?
Yes.
Yeah.
One to go. Speed's out of fuel in front of you or something. Keep an eye out.
Why is he so slow, man?
Saving fuel. A bit short, I think, as Scott Speed in front of Palou.
This is action-packed at the very end here.
Sorry.
It's all right. Watch Felix here. Watch Felix. All clear. All clear. Not bad. P5. Scott Speed limped that thing home from the
P5?
way. Yeah, Scott Speed was going super slow trying to get to the end there. He gave up about a 12-second lead there to.
What? So hang on. I was P3.
Well, we were
P5.
we were P5 fighting for P4. we expected Scott Speed to pit, but what he did is he just used.
So that was P4. That was P3 to me.
Yeah.
Okay. Whatever.
Well, we were expecting Scott to speed to pit, but he didn't. He just gave up all his track time and saved fuel to the end.
Yeah. Miscommunication there on the position. So.
That's good run.
Good job.
P5.
Yeah.
I admit I'm a bit confusing, but maybe that was very long gauge. Like 55 liters were enough, and I think maybe.
But we need to get back to everybody needs to be on the same fuel, either gallon or liter, but not both, because that's confusing to everybody, I think.
Yeah, that's maybe the point.
Yeah.
But, anyway, that should have been one position gains. Scott did a good job to save the fuel.
I didn't think Scott could make that from when he pitted.
Yeah, me too. But he did some laps on 110, so I guess this is how he make it.
Yeah, I mean he gave up basically.
So McLaughlin won the race?
He did.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Scott Speed.
No, well, Scott Speed was in the lead.
You said Scott could never make it.
Scott Speed.
Yeah, Scott Speed.
Well, they both made it.
Right, so McLaughlin made his pit stop. He did make his second pit stop and came out 5 seconds ahead of you. Scott Speed never made his second pit stop. He had about a 12-second gap to the field, slowed down the entire last stint, and slowed down to you to make it to the end.
Got it.
So,
Okay. Got it. That was confusing.
there was 3 strategies in play there. There was like us and Will Powers and Palou's strategy. There was the Scott McLaughlin strategy, which was a 2-stop strategy, and then there was the Scott Speed strategy, which was a 1-stopper but big fuel save on the second stint.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was actually really cool. I was talking to the stream about it. Will Power and McLaughlin came out on top of each other, running 2 massively different strategies.
Into turn 8, yes.
Yeah, they were on top of each other, running way different strategies. So it was really cool to watch.
Yeah.
Even on the middle of the pack. For you, Simon.
Sorry, what?
I mean, even if the middle of the pack, like, I stay you out because the lap times were good, because Rosenqvist, Newgarden, Sage Karam, and all of those guys who were in front of you, even Palou, you exiting just next to him, were in traffic, so that's why even if we were 5 seconds behind after the pit stop sequence, you come ahead of them and even next to Palou, so again like 2 or 3 positions compared to where we were after lap 2 or 3.
That was good strategy from Scott. That's impressive.
Yeah, that was like our plan B strategy.
Well done.
Was what that was.
Yeah, but he had the pace to make it done, to get it done, right?
Yeah, his pace was really strong. Right before we pitted, we were going strong, but he actually closed the gap down to us. Before we made our pit stop, which then put him out ahead of us. During the exchange.
Not forget as well, there was for us there was the crash of Rosenqvist. There is like 2 or 3 crashes. And we lost a lot of time there, and that's why McLaughlin come in front.
Yeah, that's true.
Because of those.
Yeah, because it was laps. Where are they?
Yeah, our last 2 laps before we pitted were traffic. So we did a 7.6 and then an 8.2, and then.
Yeah, even the 113 on that.
Yeah. No, that's the in lap. Okay, in lap, out lap.
Yeah.
110 on lap 28. Yeah.
That was the only bad part about the lap 24 and 25 situation was the traffic with Ed and Connor there slowed our lap times down there. So, but
Clean air is king in Barber always.
Yeah.
Even in virtual life. That was cool.
Thanks, you guys. That was fun.
Everybody's getting better.
We'll do this next week. Top 5 finish for Simon.
I think,
started 5th, finished 5th, so we'll take it.
To follow, to be honest.
Yeah.
Did the best we could there. Epic battle at the end there with Palou. Real strong battle. I think if we had more push to pass there at the end, we would have got him. Kind of like we've been talking about, Scott Speed did a good job with his fuel save at the end. I didn't think he was going to make it, but he made it. So, thanks, guys. It was fun.
Yeah.
Will be better next time.
Yeah.
Still
See,
focus on game.
yeah, it's good. Wasn't quick lap 6-7, but at the end of the race he's running 7.6s.
Yeah, I pushed back.
Quick.
Yeah,
He
and
used
some
quick
push to
pass
pass
on the
here
in
and
lap,
there.
yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
It's quick.
Simon, you want to say goodbye to the people on your stream before I shut it off here?
All right.
To be honest, your pace was really good in clean air. Maybe Rosenquist and Sash were faster, but for the others, like you were on pace, even half a tenth or a tenth faster sometimes than all the others.
Woo! You want to do a little recap then?
Yeah, do a little recap both in English and French if you want.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. You want to start French or English?
That's up to you.
Let's do English first. Oh no, hang on. Let's do French first because they have to go to bed soon. So. Voilà, c'est avec Richard.
It's 9 past. Yeah. il est que 21h50, donc ça va.
Alors, pour les Français qui nous suivent, merci déjà, et puis j'espère que ça vous fait plaisir de voir un petit peu de sport, même si c'est virtuel. Donc j'ai Richard Arnaud qui est avec nous, et en fait il s'occupe de fête virtuelle qui s'appelle Race Clutch, et c'est eux qui m'entraînent en fait tous les jours pour que je sois au niveau. Parce que mine de rien je transpire. On transpire beaucoup tous les jours pour essayer de me faire progresser. Il me manque des sensations, donc c'est pas facile de comprendre comment optimiser le simulateur, les pédales, le volant. Donc Richard m'a vraiment aidé à régler tout ça parfaitement pour que je sois au top. La vitesse également de l'écran est hyper importante pour avoir une sensation de vitesse. Donc en fait il y a comment on appelle ça une fréquence de rafraîchissement de l'écran qui est essentielle à avoir la bonne sensation de vitesse. Donc on a réglé tout ça. Et Richard, si tu veux embrayer, ou débrayer, ou même accélérer.
Ouais, bah sur le reste, plutôt une bonne course. Début de course, un peu dedans parce qu'au départ, Scott a été agressif comme prévu, donc t'as CP8. Et après, t'as bien géré le fuel dans la safety car, ce qui nous a permis d'avoir bien 2-3 tours de marge. Au final, avec Ben, on pensait piter lap 22, puis on a pité que lap 26 au final. Ce qui nous a permis de revenir avec Palou, Rosenquist et sous ce groupe-là pour revenir jouer le top 5 où on était en qualif, et il s'en est fallu de peu pour aller attraper le podium à quelques dixièmes avec Speed et Palou au dernier tour.
Alors c'est terrible parce que moi je croyais qu'on était sur le podium à la fin. Alors en fait c'est pas facile pour moi parce que en fait j'entends les voix très fortes, j'entends le moteur très bas, ce qui est l'inverse de ce que j'ai l'habitude de connaître en réalité, et ça a tendance à me perturber puisque comme j'ai pas les sensations de grip dans les virages, il me faut beaucoup de concentration pour rester pour faire les virages correctement. Donc ça m'a un peu perturbé quelquefois.
On va régler ça pour la prochaine.
Du coup, j'ai juste besoin qu'on parle moins en fait. C'est pour ça que je demandais à ce qu'on parle moins. Puis je me reconcentre et ça allait bien. On était bien aujourd'hui. Je suis content.
Le pace était très bon.
J'étais en contrôle, chose qui n'était pas le cas la semaine dernière. J'ai pas fait d'erreur, et puis après il faut juste peut-être progresser un petit peu sur l'environnement. C'est pas facile de savoir où sont les autres quand on les dit. Mais génial, me suis régalé.
On n'a pas eu de bol aussi sur parce que sur l'aspect. En fait, Scott Speed, on pensait jamais qu'il réussirait à faire la strat qu'il a fait, et on a perdu beaucoup de temps quand Rosenquist s'est crashé. Il y a eu 2-3 crashs devant Simon sorti de pit, donc on les a tous évités sur les 2-3 tours de plus que tu as eu en piste. Mais par contre, on en a pris quelques-uns après, et je pense que c'est ça qui a coûté le podium final. Mais bon, on reste sur une belle perf et un très bon rythme. T'étais bien à l'aise, c'était cool.
Très bien, si on pouvait compter les points pour le championnat, voir si parce que là ça commence à être pas mal, on est constant, peut-être qu'on aurait une chance d'être bien placé.
Je pense que au vu du résultat d'aujourd'hui, tu dois pointer, je pense, 4ème, parce que McLaughlin et Power qui font 1 et 2 étaient devant, Scott Speed et Palou étaient en derrière, Rosenquist était un peu devant, et Karam s'est complètement raté, fini 27ème, il a abandonné parce qu'il s'est crashé justement en pitant un peu plus tôt que toi.
Ah ouais.
Donc je pense que ça doit être une virtuelle 4ème place, et tu dois pas être loin ni de Rosenquist du coup, ni de McLaughlin, je pense. Et
Et
power
on va
en
continuer de
tête.
progresser en plus, donc ça va être chouette. Voilà.
Ouais, c'est ça, exactement.
Voilà les Français. Eh bien, bon apéritif.
Ah, 22h, ouais, ça fait apéritif tard, mais bon.
C'est la France, hein. C'est la France. Ben, you want to switch to English?
Sure.
Oh, he's gone. He's
I'm-
having a beer.
No, I'm here. I'm here. I'm here.
Or
I'm
an
here.
ice cream.
He's having an ice cream.
Yes.
Or both of them.
Yes. Yeah. No.
So,
Let's switch to English.
I was just saying, for me, it was a great race, but what's difficult for me is I don't have the feel for grip in the car. So it's very, very difficult it's asking me a lot of concentration to hit my marks every lap, every corners. It's what's really difficult. So I sweat a lot. I train also with Ben and mostly Richard. Ben does the strategy on the race weekend, but during the week I train 3 hours with Richard every day. Richard is a professional sim racer, and he has a team called Race Clutch. And Race Clutch is basically helping me train and improve my driving on the simulator. It's been tremendous. It's really been helping me a lot. I have fun. Sometimes it's confusing because it's not a natural speed, but when you understand the tricks and everything to make the pedals, the steering wheel, the screen work properly, and I've had a lot of helps from a lot of virtual racer about setting up the screen with the right refresh rate. Travis Goldstein actually from Cornelius set me up with my whole simulator. Very happy with it. So we're only gonna get better from here. It's pretty cool to finish 5 twice. Thanks to Ben and Richard, because Watkins was mostly strategy. Today was a good strategy too, but we stayed out of trouble. Right, Ben?
Yep. No, it was good. I think that's half the battle with these races. It seems like is just staying out of trouble is a pretty big deal. There's a lot of carnage that happens in these iRacing Challenge IndyCar races. So trying to minimize your risk and minimizing problems is a big deal here. Overall, I think we did good. Your DAG today, we ended with 3 gallons in the fuel in the car, so we cost us about a second on pit lane there, but we'll do better next time. And overall, I think we did pretty good race. Simon drove really well there, putting pressure on Palou at the end there. We were quicker than him. I think if we would have had one more push to pass at the end of the race, we would have gotten him. But it's part of the fun. Norman is officially here.
You just took. Actually, you forgot my tear off on the windshield, Ben.
I was worried that was going to take time, so I didn't do it.
Norman just took it off.
Perfect for those Norman lovers. There he is. But good race. Started P5, finished P5, so not bad. Get ready for next weekend.
Get ready for next weekend. Hang on, babe. We're still talking. So Haley was about to shut it off. So it's What's the race next weekend? Do we know?
I don't think we know.
We don't know yet.
We don't know yet.
Non. Ok. Pour les Français, il y a une course le week-end prochain. On ne sait pas où encore. A priori, ça va être un vote des pilotes. Is it the driver's vote?
Yeah, I think so. It is the driver vote or the a non-IndyCar track, an iconic one. But
Okay.
I think it's the driver's vote.
I think next week's the driver's vote. The last race of the challenge is the non-IndyCar track. So
I don't want to reveal anything, but I think it might be an oval.
that would be good. I would love to see an oval.
I may have heard rumors. I don't know.
Yeah,
I hope I'm right.
I think I've heard the same rumors.
I'm ready for it to be an oval.
Me too. I hope it's Indy.
Yes. Yes.
All right. You want to close it off, Benny?
Yes, sir.
You're actually the star of the show, Ben Bretzman.
I don't know about that, but I think we did a good stream there. Thanks, Richard. Thanks, Simon. Thanks, everybody, for coming out. It was a fantastic event. I think this is getting our racing fix out of the way while we can in this little worldwide trouble we're having. But thanks, everybody. Have fun. Stay safe this week. We'll talk to you guys next week.
Thank you, guys. Merci.